Man.
I wouldn't. I've learned it took a long time that like just it's the honesty factor. You gotta base everything, you know what I mean, on openness. I started my life as a child believing in things like an empire because that's what's presented nowadays, right? Like I actually believe like just like the way life is structured and everything like that, if you centralize resources into specific points, you'll have more control so you can do better things, right? Because the better the control, the more control you have, like, you know, that's not the way it works. My old man actually was like, he's like a complete rebel, like anti-government. Government should only do roads. Fuck the firemen, they do nothing. Cut their services. You know what I mean? Seriously, like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, holy crap. But, like, you need that, like, cause, and he's right. It actually is all of that, like, all the lies, all the trying to pretend to be something that's not, you know what I mean? Like, it's all white lies. You can't build a foundation on white lies. And that's what an empire kind of is. And it's like, how does that make sense at all? That's kind of what it breaks down to. Like, that's the difference between Rome as the Republic, which most people have never even been taught. Because if you're taught this, you'd be like, why don't we see that ever? A republic is designed so that you have two heads of state. So you would have two presidents. They have to be unanimous in their decisions. And you typically have, like, you'd have polarization periods like you have now in the States, right? But you had two. They had to be unanimous. So on big decisions like, you know, you had to be unanimous. There was none of this, like, think about that, right? And the empire replaced the republic.
And then less chance of, like, less of a chance of that one person getting, like,
yeah, and it's just cool. It's just cool. It's a big security feature, and you know what? It's the fact that that's omitted from people. You're taught about Rome, but you're not taught about the Republic. You have to actually read the history of Rome and personal study that in order to learn that, which I think is unacceptable because that's just omitted information. Like as a kid, okay, so you pick up on the Rome thing, but there's more and more and more. Why didn't we learn anything about the Middle East and about what happened in World War II, Middle East? What about Africa? What about what was going on in Asia? We learned nothing about that. That was only like 50, 60 years ago. That was like our great grandpa. You know what I mean? Nothing. There's complete parts that are just completely omitted for no reason other than, and eventually you hit the point where it's like, dude, they omit all this shit literally as a specific curriculum design. It's not that they can't fit it in, it's designed.
Do you know